Hello, all you hardcores out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in sport. We say the things on here that everybody wants to say. And if anybody wants to do a Zoom, bottom
What's
left,
that?
bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the email. All right. Today I'm joined by Dave. Where you from, Dave?
Can you see me, Russ?
I can see you. Yeah.
Is it all cool? I don't need to alter it at all, do I?
No, you're all right, mate. You bang on.
Yeah, I'm from Bradford, West Yorkshire, Russ.
All right, mate.
Thank you for having me on, mate. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's not a problem, Dave. How long you been a boxing fan?
I'm 53, Russ. I've followed boxing since I was about 14, 15. I think it when I first saw Tyson fight Alfonso Ratliff.
Oh,
Alfonso Ratliff, the fight before he won the title against Berbick.
oh, in '86. Yeah.
86, that's it, mate. Yeah, September 86. I followed it all my life, but I've been in active addiction a lot, and I'm like 3 years sober now, so I'm just sort of getting my head back into it, if you know what I mean. So,
All right. Well done on beating addictions. It's hard.
yeah.
Trust
So
me.
I'm like 3 years in a month now, but I always kept my head in, you know what I mean, with boxing and so since I started watching your program, and you uncover all the sleaziness and all that lot, and it's right up my street. You know what I mean? And shout out to all you guests. I take a lot of things from what they say, and I don't need to click on what else now. I don't need to click on Boxing King Media or IFL TV or any of this rubbish. I just click on yours and that's it. I just sponge it all in. I soak it all in, mate. And more power to you for doing it. I think it's an excellent show.
Thank
So
you
you
very
and
much.
so you and Frock on fighting, and that's it. That's all I need to watch.
I've just got in. I've been busy all day, but somebody's just said to me, Carl's put another video out and give me another shout out. So that's nice for a minute, that.
I saw, yeah, he had one on other day. I think somebody had Liam Cameron on. Was it Carl? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
I,
Liam.
and I put a little comment in. I says you need to get Porky on from Russ's Pork, you know, to get you on or him get on your.
Well,
So,
he knows what I am. If he wants me to go on his channel, that'd be nice, that wouldn't it? But if not, so be it. But I don't think he's going to get any graft off Eddie at DAZN or Bricktop or TNT,
oh,
is he?
oh. No, but shout out to you, Russ, for pointing out all this sleaziness with what's going on, because your normal average boxing fan, you casual, don't know what's going on. So I watch this and I take a lot in. You know
Well,
what I mean? And I'm telling my mates knocking about what you're telling me. Is that really what's happening?
we
Says,
just
yeah,
tell
that is what's happening.
we tell it true on we tell the truth on here, mate. We don't bullshit. Uh,
Right, yeah.
if you need to speak about anything, if you need to learn anything about boxing, I suggest you go and buy Nick Manner's book or Jane
Yeah.
Couch book. Go have a little look at what them books say, and then go read Bricktop's book, and then you might think, "Well, God, how do these people get away with it?" You know, we just tell them absolute whoppers. Go read Eddie Hill's book. Absolute whoppers, constant lying, lying, lying all the way through the books. Absolute born liars, mate.
I can't do with it, Russ. I can't do with them.
Well, I wish I could have the 8 hours of my time of my life back reading Eddie's book and
Yeah.
the first Bricktop book I read, being
Mm.
frank. I mean, absolute whoppers, unbelievable. But they only tell you what they want you to know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like that in life anyway, Russ, with some people, innit? They only tell you what you want to know. I like to get underneath it all, uncover it all, and find out what the truth is.
Well, I'll tell you a couple of books that I don't even know if people actually believe it or not, but in today's society, they believe anything. If anybody's got a bit of a profile, it's a license to tell whoppers. Tyson Fury's book is the biggest load of shite I've ever read in my life. And as for John Fury's book, my life at the head of the bare knuckle family, what a load of pony. But if people are going to give these people platforms and deals to write books, they're not going to tell the truth, are they? There's a lot of stuff they're going to leave out. But if I'm reading a warts and all book, I want to read everything. But I don't.
Right, yeah.
And half of it, best thing about it is I actually sat with some pals who know Big John Fury, big fighting man. And they're like, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. And do you know what? After halfway through the book, I just had to put it down because it was absolute waffle. First lie I spotted in Big John Fury's book was how he took the Neil Malpas fight. He's from Doncaster, Neil Malpas. How he took that fight at 3 hours' notice, blah, blah, blah. What a load of old waffle. He was on posters for 2 months in the area because I bought a ticket. He was on the actual posters, but according to Big John, he took the fight at 3 hours' notice after he gobbling down his bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
But anyway, by the by, what do you think about the heavyweight division at the moment, Dave?
I just hope Usyk wins in December. And we need to get rid of Fury and we need to get rid of Joshua. I don't know what Usyk's going to do after that. He's on about going back down to cruiserweight. I don't know. I like that guy. He's a wizard in ring. They need to get rid of these two now because you've got emerging stars coming through now. Dubois, there's absolutely no way he's going to beat him in a rematch. I said to my mates, I said, what do you think? I said, what he needs to do, he needs to come out there and just set about Joshua. And that's what and he'll set about him even quicker next time, and he'll do him even quicker. The only thing what keeps Joshua keep getting up when he keeps getting knocked down, it's his conditioning, because his vanity in it. He likes working out and all this lot. It's just his conditioning what's getting him through. I mean, he can't even ride a punch. You just have to tap him and he goes down.
Well, look, people talk about Joshua and his conditioning getting him through and that.
That's what I think, Russ, yeah.
I don't think he's that conditioned. I don't think he's a 12-round fighter. He takes rounds off all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah. But there's going to be a time one day when he's going to get absolutely poleaxed. You know, like he did, like Dubois poleaxed him. But like when he fought Ruiz, he was up and down, up and down, up and down, wasn't he? But you know, I think it's just that his conditioning gets him through. I mean, if he don't train as hard in gym for this one, it's his last fight. He's done. He's done.
Okay, let me ask you something here, right? If that had been any other fighter except Anthony Joshua, and it wasn't a matchroom fighter, and it was somebody of the same age as Anthony Joshua who'd had the same fights and done the same rounds, Eddie Hills would be stood there now and he would be saying, that guy's punch resistance has gone. Because it's Anthony Joshua, they're clinging on to the fact that he hit Dubois with a 2-punch combination in round 5. Dubois didn't go down. He had a little bit of a wobble, and then he fired back, and then it were good night Vienna. So why don't they just talk the truth? When a fighter's punch resistance has gone, they're usually about Joshua's age, right? When it's gone, and you saw yourself how many times he got dropped. How many times he got dropped by Andy Ruiz, who I believe is suspended at the moment, is he, Andy Ruiz? I mean, he might be suspended for some, I don't know, that's what I'm hearing. But I ain't got time to check that, whether it's true or not, who cares? But Joshua got dropped several times against Ruiz, several times against Dubois. He's had him down. Vladimir, that's in pro ranks. And then there's rumours that David Price, Lawrence Okoli had him down in sparring, you know, the EIS. So it is what it is, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So 2 seconds. Come here. Go on. I'll just introduce you. A lot of people like pets on here. This is Lottie. Say hello. I like pets, me. You know, I've got 2 dogs.
Good for your mental health, Russ.
Yeah, well, I don't really have mental health issues, but they are good. I've got 2 dogs up at Doncaster. My dog Rocky, he's on his last legs, and I've got Roxy as well. And there's Lottie issues, a cat, but yeah, no. Getting back to Joshua, I think his punch resistance has gone, and but nobody's allowed to say that. They're trying to say he got caught cold, and he never recovered. But what happens to heavyweights, right? when they get to that age, like Fraser Clark, they're trying to put it out that he got caught cold. It's the got caught cold. Look, Fraser Clark's next birthday is 34, isn't it? Right, and he's not the most elusive fighter in the game, is he? He's carrying too much weight, and when you're carrying that kind of weight, you can't get away. You can't get out of the way, can you? So he's there to be hit, Fraser Clark. So personally, in my opinion, I think he'll hang around the game and pick up as much money as he can, because what is he going to do and work other than box? What's he going to do? A job centre. It's like David Allen. His punch resistance probably gone. Have you heard how he speaks? But what's he going to do? He's not going to get job centred either, is he? They're going to tell us they're stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. They're going to say, we're coming back and there's no wrong with us, and we've got a new trainer, we're doing this, we're eating this, we've got nutrition men on board, blah, blah, blah. All a load of hogwash. They're not going to get that kind of money doing a 9-to-5, are they? So they're going to have to spin the narrative. I hope Fraser Clark comes back and wins the world title. But when you get a shallacking like that, there's a Houston, we have a problem. You see where I'm coming from? And Big Fraser's got a dint in his head, bigger than Bricktop's dint in his forehead, hasn't he? And then you've just seen what happened to Anthony Joshua, haven't you? Anthony Joshua's got millions in bank, but his ego's dinted. He's not going to recover from that. Usyk gave him a shallacking for 2 fights, but softened him up after Ruiz softened him up. But who has he beat? Who has Joshua really beat? He's in them 4 comeback fights after Usyk. They wouldn't have made sparring partner jobs for Usyk. And then he's just got tonked by Dubois. I mean, he's had 2 years to prove that he's back to his best, but he's not been tested. The tools are not sharp. Dubois just flogged him. Are you telling me they're going to go fight Dubois next? What if he gets flogged again? Even worse. Then what are they going to do? He's Humpty Dumpty. They can't put him together again, can they? But they're not going to tell us that because they want to get him out and earn him. So I'd look at him fighting somebody soft and easy because they want to sell the Fury fight to us. They want free bites at the cherry with Fury, but the public are not going to buy into it if he gets flogged again, are they? It's all about that. They're not going to want to go near Dubois. Do me a favour. What do you think?
Well, I never rated him front word go because I remember that night Klitschko had him. He had him. I had Klitschko to win that night, to win on points, and he had him. And I don't know, we were too old or what, but he had him. And then ever since then, I've just not rated him at all. It's just, it's just all weightlifting muscles, and boxers aren't meant to be built like that. They've got to be supple and stuff like that. But and he seems gun shy anyway now. These comeback fights after Usyk, and what were all that with throwing belts out at ring? You know what I mean?
Nobody said a word. No YouTubers made a big song and dance about that, didn't they?
I've never seen a fighter in my life do that. Get the monk on and throw belts out at ring. But Usyk that night was so professional how he took it. He's just a class above them all. It's just, and then he's made these 3 fights, that Franklin, Elenius, and other guy, and he's just standing behind his jab. He just don't get stuck in. It's like he's gun shy. And it was no surprise to me when Dubois just came out and just set about him. I don't know where he's going to go after this, because if they sell you if he goes down that route again, of fighting another stiff for 2 or 3 fights, I'm going to lose interest. He's got to go straight back in with Dubois. And Dubois doing quicker, 3 or 4 rounds Dubois doing. And that's him, he's done. But that's Eddie Hearn's cash cow. So Eddie's going to try and move him in a different direction. And that tells me, and that tells you, it's all boxing politics and stuff like that. It's just not right.
Well, let me just tell you what I think is going to happen. You know, when Fury fights Usyk at Christmas, yeah? If Fury gets beat, right, they won't be bothered about fighting Dubois because they'll want to fight Dylan White, I think, because if Dubois beats Fury and Usyk, if Usyk beats Fury, Fury's got no belt. So why would Joshua want to fight Dubois to get beat? Why would he want to do that? So they'll want to put Joshua in with a fight like Dylan White to get him a bit of confidence. Then put Fury in with Joshua, and then Eddie Hills and Bricktop can spin it and say, it's not about belts. It's about legacy, and these should have fought. They've been on the same path over a decade. They've been world champions. It's about legacy. And what they'll do, they'll sell it as it's not about belts, and they'll leave Usyk with his belts and Dubois with his belt, and they might have a rematch. You see where I'm coming from? So they can play different permutations. But if I were a promoter and I had Joshua there and I had Fury there and they didn't have a world title, the only thing you can say is, it's not about belts. Well, what else can we say? Because they're selling as a pay-per-view and none of them are a world champion. So why should it be fucking pay-per-view if they haven't got a title?
I feel sorry for fighters like Zhilei Zhang. I think he should have a shot. I don't care if it don't do the numbers. I don't care if he's not marketable. This fella deserves a shot at the title because, he's knocked out a few big guys. He deserves a shot. But I'm looking at it next year. I don't know where they're going to squeeze a shot for Zhang in, and then he'll be 41, 42. It's supposed to be you beat the man, you beat the man, you beat the man. It's the best fighting the best. And these people are just getting put on sidelines, and Zhang deserves a shot. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Do you agree, Russ? You know what I mean? It's supposed to. Back in the day, it used to be the best fighting the best, and some people just don't get a chance. And Barker went on that great run after he got beat by Joyce. I think he won about 3 or 4 fights on trot, and he's not fought since. So either we were exhausted because he had the right momentum going, even when he beat Wilder. What's happening? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Parker, Zhang, and Caballel and Martin Bakole, they're going to let them 4 knock lumps out of each other to keep them away from the others. Because are you telling me Daniel Dubois and Joshua and Fury want to fight them? Because it's an hard night's work at this stage of the careers, isn't it? So them 4 are like bogeymen now, aren't they?
Yeah, but fight them. Fight. Never mind the bogeyman. If you just, you don't swerve and avoid people. Get in the ring and fight them.
Do you know what? It's music to my ears, you talking like this, because when I was banging on about this years ago, people said I were crazy. He's a crazy man. Why were I crazy man? Listen, Lewis Ortiz signed with Eddie Hills, didn't it? Lewis Ortiz.
Good fighter, him. Good fighter.
He were a southpaw, WBA interim champion, ranked #1. And Eddie signed him to keep him away from Anthony Joshua. Do you see where I'm coming from?
It stinks. It stinks.
So,
back in day, Russ, in 90s, when Tyson come out of prison, his career was an absolute joke after that. He paid that $4 million step-aside money so he didn't fight Lennox Lewis. And that I just thought, when Don King was around that time, I thought, well, if he don't want to fight Lewis, well, what does he want to do? And he fought a load of tomato cans, didn't he, when he come out of prison?
yeah.
He supported. You're a boxer. You should fear nobody. It's nothing wrong with having. These days, if you've got a loss on your record, it's like snakes and ladders. You tumble right down to the bottom. Back in the day, it was the man who beat the man, and you just waited and you got in line. Evan Holyfield was like that. He got beat, he got back in line all the time.
Okay, right then. Let's speak about Fabio Wardley and its big freeze. What do you think happened?
Tell you something, he hit him with a right crack before he spun on them ropes. That were a right shot. And he was lackadaisical coming off at ropes, and fair play to Wardley. Some fighters had just steamed into him when he was just half coming off them ropes. As soon as he come off them ropes, Wardley banged him with a right shot. There were 2 beauties, them. The thing about that is, what I think is, when I saw run up to it, Wardley's nose was in a right mess, and I thought, if Clark takes him in at later rounds and busts him up and busts that nose, he's going to stop him. But I don't think his nose got touched, so he won't be out till March, April now, Wardley, so he's got all that time for his nose to heal. He's just come out, bang, 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 and that's it. Done. So it's an impressive performance, that.
Okay, Chris Eubank Jr. beat that Sarah team and whatever it's called. It sounds like a spot cream, doesn't it?
I don't know if he were playing possum Russ or something to try and make himself look lazy, old, to try and entice all this Conor Ben rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
Fighters don't do that. I don't know where you've got that from. Why would a fighter want to be in the ring any longer than he can? They want to get people out there. I personally think the kid was tough, and Eubank couldn't get him out there until he eventually did. But
Yeah, but if you've not, sorry, Russ, if you've noticed before, he carried Liam Williams though, didn't he, for a long, long time when they fought?
I don't think he did. I just don't think he could get him out.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, his words to that. He just can't seem to put them away. And I think he likes to give him a little bit of a beating and a pasting, doesn't he? Because I think Liam Williams got under his skin. So yeah, other night, I don't know if he likes to admire his work, doesn't he? And just pot shot, and instead of just getting him out of there, that's what I meant, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
If Chris Eubank Jr. fights Conor Benn, what do you say happening, Dave?
Ben's no chance. He can't carry power at 154. How's he going to carry power at 160? Eubank's been getting hit by guys at 168. They're just going to bounce off him. It's a complete mismatch. Shouldn't be allowed.
Do you think that they'll learn anything from Kell Brook against Golovkin?
I always look at that. I don't think Kell Brook didn't have any fights left. He had nowhere to go. At that particular time, I thought nobody would want to fight Kell Brook. Strength of him beating Porter. At that time, I thought nobody wanted to fight Brook because he were red hot. And then I thought, well, what do we do here? And they come up with the idea of jumping 2 divisions to fight Golovkin. That's the way I look at it. Data be great and all that, like we say. But, at that time, I didn't think there was anybody for Kell. Nobody wanted to fight him. But then as soon as he got beat by Golovkin and Spence, everybody's lining up to fight him because, they just think the shot.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. Women's boxing, what do you think to it? And what did you think to Sky Nicholson against Raven Chapman?
I'm not really interested in women's boxing, Russ. I used to love Jane Couch back in day. The only one I do like now, I like watching that Amanda Serrano because she's the southpaw. I like watching her, but no, I just sort of skip women's boxing now. I like them fights what went on with Katie Taylor and stuff, but I don't really watch it, Russ. I'm not really interested, mate.
Stefy Bull likes women's boxing. He's the Doncaster version of Purple Aki. Ain't you, Stefy?
Yeah. Peter Fury trained one as well. Was it Chantel?
He used to train Savannah Marshall. He doesn't anymore.
That's it. Yeah. No, I'm not right interested. It's fair play, women's rights and things like that. But I don't know. I like that Serrano. I'm not sure if she's fighting on that Tyson Paul undercard. I'm not sure, but I like her. I like that southpaw style, and she looks vicious. She's. It was a good night when she fought Taylor. Thought she's a good fighter. Her.
What do you think to Artur Beterbiev against Bibble? How did you have that, Dave? How did you score?
He won't last 3 rounds, didn't he, Beterbiev? He won't last 3 rounds, and that catches iron judges' scorecards. Bivol come out like a train, he were good, but then I think when you nick it last 3 rounds of a 12-round fight, that's going to catch the eye at judges, aren't they? Because in earlier rounds they're probably asleep, aren't they, half of these judges?
Yeah.
A bit like Larry Holmes used to say.
Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
You mean after he got done by Spinks? He said, these judges, I've heard they come to these shows, they're drinking. It's been going on years, Larry, pop, bang. You won't complaining when you got a decision over Tim Witherspoon when you got whooped. You won't complaining then when it were in your favour. Why you Larry Holmes? Pop, bang. Swings and roundabouts. Who would you say is top promoter in the UK at the moment, Bricktop or Hills?
Well, Warren's coming like a train now, hasn't he? I mean, he's got Dubai and he's got Fury. Eddie's damaged a bit, isn't he? His ego's a bit damaged now. He'll be worried. See, what do I do with Joshua next? Because if he loses that fight, which he will do, and I don't think it'll happen, because I think he'll try and get more money out of him. No, it's Frank Warren, isn't it? Frank Warren's the man now. Really, he's got Dubai, he's got Fury. He's got both of them.
Do you think that Eddie Hills made the mistake of putting all his eggs in one basket with Anthony Joshua, Dave? Yes or no?
Yeah. And right now, after that, I think he's the only guy that believes in him. But it's all money, in it, which sickens me to the stomach, really. It's all money. I mean, these people can end up with concussions, they can end up in nursing home blowing bubbles. How's that good to you if you've got millions of pounds in bank? They don't, and then some of the things like that happen when he got beat by Duarte. Oh, rematch. Hang on a minute here. Don't you care about your fighter? Don't you care about them? It's just all money. And it just sickens me. Just don't like to be around people like that, just money driven. What's it all about?
Yeah, no, let's all be on Skid Row and got food banks.
We can't be, yeah. Well,
I know
you
you
know.
mean.
It's a more honest life, isn't it? They're just snake. He's like a snake rush. You know what I mean? He's sleazy, and I mean I don't click on any of his videos. I don't want to watch anything he's got to say, because you can click on his video for 10-15 minutes, and they're just talking a load of rubbish. All I do is watch yours, Carl's, and sometimes I like watching Flex when that Asian guy goes up to his gym. I don't mind them because I like listening to Dom a bit, and that's about it. That's about it.
Flex, that name's stuck on it.
Yeah, he just sits there, don't he, in his jilly and that.
And his body warmer.
Yeah, and that Asian guy's just telling him, and they sort of have these little tiffs, don't they? If you watch them, they sort of have a little tiff halfway through, but they seem to have a good rapport. Yeah, I watch them, and sometimes he's with Johnny Nelson, isn't he?
Horsecock.
But I won't call him what you call him. But yeah,
he loves that, Johnny. Let me tell you, he loves his name, don't you, Johnny? Hey, Johnny's never had it so good at the moment with chicks. Did I tell you I seen him last year, about 18 months ago, pulling up on Wicker, and he were getting in. He come out, and they were all getting in Johnny's Range Rover. Johnny and 3 chicks, all of them had pizzas, all going back to Johnny's. A weekend at Horsecocks.
A weekend at Horsecocks. Yeah.
Go on,
I like it,
lad. Pop, bang.
I like it. You just say it as it is. I like that sort of thing. That's why I always put comments on, and sometimes I'm doing lots of coursework at home on my computer and stuff like that, and I just open another tab up and have your stuff going on. Like if you bang out 3 or 4 videos in one day, and I'm just doing my coursework and stuff like that, and you drop some of these one-liners in, and I just crack up laughing.
Well, that's what we do. We put 3 a day out now, so to keep the doctor at bay and the tax man. Consistency is the key, and channel's going in the right direction. I'm very pleased.
More power to you, mate. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I took my eye off the ball this year. I've had a few things on, but I'm back on top of my game now, so it's all good. We're going in the right direction. I'm very pleased, and we're going to see how far we can take it now.
So tomorrow night it's Davis and Adam Aziz, isn't it? Is it O'Hara Davis?
Yeah,
Adam
it is. I'd like to think O'Hara Davis is going to win that. I don't think he's going to get any favours because it's on that other kid's promotion, isn't it? It's on their promotion. He's A side, other kid. O'Hara's B side, but O'Hara can surprise the hell out of him. And I hope O'Hara don't take this to heart, but I think that O'Hara Davis's punch resistance has gone. That's what I think. So I'd like to think that Azim beats him, but Aziz, or whatever it's called, Azim. Yeah. But I hope O'Hara Davis wins because he's a nice kid and he got treated like a dog at Matchroom, in my opinion.
And he openly speaks about it, doesn't he? Now he's a bit like
he does.
He says how bad it is, isn't it? How boxing's treated him.
They threw him away like garbage for some of that.
Eddie Hills, wasn't it?
Eddie Hills, yeah, but it is what it is. Don't forget O'Hara Davis, round about that time, snapped Conor Benn's jaw like a twig. Didn't he, Conor? Snap your jaw like a twig. So that could have been one of the reasons to want rid of him, but he filled Conor Benn in. So I'm Team O'Hara. So I hope O'Hara Davis wins tomorrow, but it's a hard fight. I hope Anthony Yard wins. He's had a rough run. I like both of them kids, Yard and O'Hara Davis, and I hope they come through and do well. So
going back, Russ, going back to that Ben thing. Obviously, he's gone to America and had them 2 fights, and he wasn't right impressive, but I'm thinking he's just not going to perform against Eubank because if he's not on the lead juice, he's just not going to do anything. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be able to do anything to Eubank, and it's a complete mismatch. And I always think now, with these fights coming up, these promoters and managers, they play these stupid little tricks and gimmicks, you know. You know, like I thought last year, I thought when Fury fights Usyk, I had this feeling that if it won't go in his way in the back end, I think he's going to foul. He's going to foul to get his way out of this fight. And he didn't. But I feel that it could happen this time. Because, you know, if he knows he's behind after, well, just say he's behind after 10 or 11, I've just got this feeling that they're going to do something, you know, a foul or something to get themselves out of there. And, you know, that's what I think could happen.
Okay. All right then. Listen, Dave, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice to meet you. And you're very enthusiastic and passionate about boxing, which is what I like to see. All right. So all the best, and we'll get you on again. All right.
Okay, thanks for having me on, Russ. Thank you. Thanks a lot, mate.
Dave.
See you
Cheers,
later, mate. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, mate. See you later, mate. Bye. Bye.
Right. Well, that were Dave from Bradford. Women love him, men want to be him. As long as he shaves that mullet off. So, Dave, next time you come on, could you shave it off or put it in a ponytail? You know, tuck it down back of your top. I'm only joking. That's it. I'm shattered. I've got James to do now. 20 minutes. Got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. Used to work for Steve Wood. James from Essex, but he lives in Salford. I don't know about that one. It's a bit like Andy from Aberdeen, but he's really from Perth. But Aberdeen rhymes a bit better than Perth, doesn't it? That's about it, really. All right. Don't forget Porky's International. There's a video gone on there today, or there should have done. All right. Porky's International YouTube. Jump over there and have a little listen, see what you think. It's a slow burner on that. It's just something else that we're doing. Just to take my mind off boxing all the time, because it can fry your head, can't it? All right. Peace out.